whenever people start talking about security, I find that their thoughts go straight to, well, let's talk about security and permissions on documents and on libraries and making sure the right users have access to the right things. And while that certainly is an important part of our security model, we need to back that train up and first start thinking about security at the very root of all security issues, the farm, right? Before you ever get access to a site collection or to a web application or a service application, you must first encounter the SharePoint Farm, because the farm is what defines the boundaries of everything else that we're going to create. So in central administration, most of our farm level settings are going to be found right here in security. Let's click that security link and take a look. First and foremost, the question is, who's a member of the farm administrators group? So when I select this link, we can add additional user accounts that we want to elevate to being members of this group. So I can select Joe at earthfarm.com because I trust Joe. Earthfarm Joe is going to be able to come in here. Earthfarm Joe, there we go. And this guy now has the same capabilities as me or the installation account to be able to perform this function. So watch out for those and keep this a limited group. You also, of course, can add Active Directory groups into the Farm Administrators group as another way to manage it. Let me go back to security. Let's see what other user account related configurations we'll want to make sure that we get right. Here under General Security, we can configure managed accounts. Now, managed accounts are accounts that are going to be executing our services. These are essentially the security context of our IIS worker pools that are going to be used. And it's these accounts that are going to be associated with our web applications that are going to be used for Kerberos credential mapping to allow for hopping from one service to another. So it's important to get these right. So for example, if I have a separate set of web applications that have different security credential needs, then I can set up my EarthFarm ISO web app user account. So I've created a web account already in Active Directory. I'm just referencing it right here. And the current password. These are not, by the way, going to be managed service accounts in Active Directory. These need to be standard user accounts, but they can be managed by SharePoint. We can enable automatic password change on a regular basis, and this will keep it consistent throughout the farm when we use these different account credentials. It'll ensure that the change that we make here is made and propagated to the Active Directory environment, and that the password properties are consistent throughout all the web front end using this. So we can define a password methodology here. All right, let's go back to security. One high-level element that I want to direct your attention to is blocked file types. When we select blocked file types here under General Security,